Sometimes the woman in the mirror feels like the biggest enemy of them all. She's overly critical of your every move. She doesn't like your face, your clothes, your size, or your hair. She second guesses all your decisions, overanalyzes things other people have said until you're in a spiral of insecurity and makes a big deal about your mistakes. She says things to you you wouldn't dare say to someone else. She makes you feel small, unimportant, and alone. Throughout this book, we've been working really hard to develop good theology. So you tell me, does this sound like God's voice or the enemy's? God speaks compassion, love, generosity, well-being, and community over you. Satan, the accuser, speaks condemnation, loathing, scarcity, shame, and isolation. But he's sneaky, and he can definitely make it sound like he knows what he's talking about. He'll declare you to be nothing much and demand that you make up for it with everything that you are and all that you have. God does the opposite. He calls you beloved, vindicated, chosen, adopted, and purposefully created. And he says there is nothing you can do to alter his all-encompassing love for you. I encourage you to remember that nothing much is your posture, not your identity. You can be wildly confident about your value to God, and at the same time, realistically humble out of your need for him. Jesus himself demonstrated this for us, showing submission to his Father while essentially being equal to him in position and power. We have all the more reason to take a stance of humility before God. We're weak, we make mistakes, and we're vulnerable, but we are oh so dear to him. Growing up, I let the woman in the mirror, and essentially Satan, boss me around too much and made myself small. I even believed that God was that condemning voice in my head. It took help from trusted advisors and a good hard look at the scriptures, plus a lot of time to undo the damage that was caused by believing the lies. It might take you time too, but you can reshape your mindset. Go through each point and scripture in this section and make sure you apply it to yourself. Use the journaling space in this book to record scriptures that speak truth, life, and affirmation over you. Go back to them when you start to doubt how God feels about you. And then pass that message on. No matter what image we try to project, we all struggle with self-doubt and making ourselves small. Use the word to speak life over others who need to hear it as well. If we can get out of our own way, think about how much more of an impact we'll make as we work together. As we get to the end of the book, the moral of this story is that God is true, faithful, and follows through. He adores you and has a plan for you. He wired us for community and planned for us to work together, not alone. I hope that you feel like you've had a friend alongside you for this journey. I hope you know that this is an ongoing process, but that the struggle becomes less with practice and lots of God's grace. I hope you know that there's hope. You've had the chance to work through a lot of your own insecurities. Confidence looks good on you. Now we move forward, less encumbered by the lies and shame, ready to tackle the work God has for us to do together and to cheer each other on in the process. When you realize she's not your enemy, we can fight back against the devil's schemes and work together for the glory of God.